सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणावरम् चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् ॐ नमो भगवते वैवस्वताय मृत्यवे ब्रह्मविद्याचार्याय नचिकेतसे च। So we saw mantra number 28. We will chant that once again. Ajivyatamamritanam upetya Jiyan martya kvadhastha prajanan Abhidhyayan varnarati pramodan Atidirghe jivite korameta Verse 26. What happened? Memorized or not? Memorized. Chant. Close the book. Book बंद करके chant करना. हाँ? Tune, अरे same tune. स्वभावा मध्यस्य What Nachiketa left, that I remember. What I'm supposed to do, that I remember. How many words there were? 16. That's all. 16 words in it. What to say? Chalo. So Nachiketa continues his refutal. He says he doesn't want this truth, he doesn't want this pleasures and everything that is being offered. And he is giving his logic. 26th verse we saw about pleasure and why the pleasure is not required by him. And then 27th he spoke about wealth. 28 he speaks about opportunity. So what is the opportunity? Ajivyatam. So in the Bhashya he says, Vayohanim aprapnuvatam. Meaning where the body will not become old. Vayohani means the age. Destruction by age. So by time basically it means. So destruction happens in different ways. By time it happens mrityu or the change or death. In time, because the law of nature is change constantly. So in time things deteriorate and perish. If you just keep some food item, even just a raw, let us say a vegetable or a fruit, you have to do nothing. In few days it will rot. Few hours sometimes it will rot. So by time it destroys. Ajivyatam means though that which doesn't get destroyed by that. Vayohanim apnapnuvatam amritanam sakasham upetya upagamya atmana utkrishtam prayojanantaram praptavyam tebhya prajanan. Having come into the presence of who all is Ajivyata, they are Devatas. Yamraj is also one Devata. He says, when we come in the presence of these, we should attain something which is higher. Utkrishtam prayojanantaram praptavyam. Devya prajanan upalambamana swayam tu jiriyan martyaha jara maranavan. So when we who are perishable, who are perishing constantly, when we are in the presence of somebody who is immortal, who is not affected by time, destruction, then we should seek something which is very uplifting, not something which is already we are perishing. Why will we seek the perishing from him? That's the logic. When we go in the presence of somebody who is very rich, what will we seek? Some proper wealth we seek and come back. We don't seek what we already have. We already have little bit only. We don't seek little bit only and come back. Same way here, he says, in the presence of those who are not decaying, why should I seek something which is decaying? So he says, Jiryan Matya Kwadhastha Kuhu Prithvi Adhacha Antarikshadi Loka Apekshaya Dasyam Tishtati Kwadhastha Sun, meaning the human beings and all the other beings. Yesterday we saw Ku means the earth, Adha means down. So compared to the higher worlds, earth is down, and those who are staying on it. Kvadhastha means all the beings staying on the earth. This is we are Kvadhastha. We are in the lower realm, you are in the higher realm. We are perishing, you are imperishable. So if I have come into your presence, why will I seek that which is already perishing? Katham evam avivekibhi prarthaniyam putra vitta hiranyadi asthiram vrinite. He says, why will I ask indiscriminate? I must use my buddhi, use this opportunity that if I am in the presence of someone who is imperishable, what am I asking? He says, Prathaniyam putra vitta hiranya adi asthiram. This putra, son, vitta, wealth, hiranya, gold, is all perishable. I just see his vivek. So many times people also do that. In the presence of great masters like Kapoor Maharaj, Gurudev and all of them, what should you ask? Ask that in which one has to ask nothing more. That is the Brahma Vidya. And they are capable of giving that. One goes and asks, my life should become better, my money should increase, give me some security for whole life, harmony in relationships. That is perishable. But you can go and ask anybody else. Brahma Vidya is what they will bless. To find such masters only is not possible so easily. By grace of Bhagavan, such master comes to our life. Then to go and ask all this is like losing a great opportunity. So Nachiketa here said, this is a great opportunity. I will not ask all that. So that perishing thing anywhere will get down there. I am coming from the perishable world only. So he says, Aviveki, who will be that indiscriminate person who will ask all this? Kva tadastra itiva pathantaram. So there is another reading to this mantra, there is another version. And what is that? Instead of vadhastha, you see it will come. Asmin pakshe cha akshara yojana. By the arrangement of alphabet, there is another version of this mantra. What is that? Kva tadastha. Instead of kvadhastha, kva tadastha. Astha, that is the word. क्व तदास्था अस्मिन् पक्षे च अक्षर योजना तेषु पुत्रादिषु आस्था आस्थितिः तात्पर्येण वर्तनं यस्य स तदास्था. One whose astha is in all these, putra, vitta, all these. Meaning, my source of happiness is this. My astha is that happiness comes from putra, vitta, viranya, all that. So two meanings. Vadhastha means one who is residing on the earth below. And what tadastha means one whose happiness belongs to what is on this earth, which is perishable. All this putra, vitta, viranya, name, fame, all that. So he says, I am already coming from that realm. तात्पर्येण वर्तनं यस्य स तदास्था. ततो अधिकतरं पुरुषार्थं दुष्प्रापम् अपि प्रापिपैषुः क्व तदास्थो भवेत् न कश्चित् तस्मात् सारज्ञः तदर्थी स्यात् इत्यर्थः. He's saying that I am not seeking all those things which are attainable by reasonable hard work. I am seeking that which is attainable by the great Purushartha, which is this Brahma Vidya, which is more subtle, more difficult to attain, Dushprapa, which is very subtle and high, Utkrishta. When I want that, how will my desire be for this? See, this is the expression of the intense Vairagya. What is Nachiketa saying? When I want that moksha, which is fulfillment, which is the highest, which is the supreme, for which supreme Purushartha also I am ready to do. Why will my mind seek something which is temporary, which is perishable, which is easily attainable? So a person who has Tivra Vairagya does not think about balance. Does not think about I will have balance between worldly pleasure and spiritual pursuit or knowledge of Brahma. He said, I am not interested. Why will I seek the perishing? When I know it is temporary, it is going to just destroy. He said earlier, Sarvendriyanam Jarayanti Teacher. So he said, I know it is going to destroy. Why will I want that? It is like saying that, see, the person who wants to get cured, properly who wants to get cured, intensely who wants to get cured, will follow all the restrictions of the doctor. If the doctor says that don't do this. So a simple example, a cold, let us say. I am taking antibiotics for the cold, and the doctor says no oily food, no cold drinks, no ice, nothing. If I really want to get out of the cold, what will I do? I will just follow it. Will I say no, I will balance, I will take medicine also, I will drink cold also. Instead of 5 days, I will get well in 15 days. It's okay. Then that means what? I really don't want to get out of it. I want to still enjoy. And here the example is even having a limitation, but in Nachiketa's case, he is very clear that this is all harmful, destructive, I don't want it. So he said, why will I seek that? And why are you offering me that? Meaning my opportunity, I want to use when I am in your presence, to gain only that which you can bless me with, the highest. So a person who has that intense Vairagya will reject the entire temporary realm, saying, I don't want. So many examples you will see, so many great kings in the past, they have done that. Reject and go and seek the Supreme. What is the knowledge of Brahman? What is the value that they have for that knowledge of Brahman? That the mind does not want anything of the temporary world. It has gone through that. That mind has gone through all that and rejected, saying, this is not what I want, seeks the Supreme. Same way Nachiketa is here. He says, Why will I seek that? Sarvo hi upari upari eva babhusha iti lokah tasmat na putra vittadi lobhaihi pralobhyoham. Everybody wants to evolve higher and higher. Upari upari eva babhusha. Upari upari means higher and higher. Everybody wants to evolve higher and higher. Lokaha tasmat na putra vittadi lobhai pralobhyoham. Hence, I don't want to be tempted by this putra and vitta and all that, because that is the path of evolution. I want to rise higher and higher. See the definition of evolution. See the definition of success. Rising higher and higher in evolution, in internal dispassion, discrimination, devotion, that is success for Nachiketa. In the world, success is measured by what? How much money I have, how many people know me, how popular I am, how much I can enjoy, how effortlessly I can command things, order people. Nachiketa says that is, I am not tempted by any of these. Each one of us have to evolve higher and higher in the internal qualities, in the mind. So he says, hence I don't want this. Kimcha apsara pramukhat varna rati pramodan anavasthita rupataya abhidhyayan nirupayan yathavat ativirge jivite ko viveki rameta. He says, when this is our objective, to evolve higher and higher, why will I want to be associated with some pleasure born out of Varna Rati? Varna is beauty, Rati is love. So he says, why will I be trapped in all these temptations and apsara and wealth and all this that you are offering to me? Ko viveki rameta. Who will want long life to revel in things which are perishable? You see, what is the choice? He says, short life with self-knowledge versus long life seeking the perishable. He says, a Viveki person will not choose a long life with the perishable, will choose the short life or whatever the lifespan is, to know that it is imperishable. That's the opportunity of human life. So for both Markandeya and Shankaracharya, Bhagavan gave the parents this offer. Both parents were not getting a child. And both of them prayed to Lord Shiva. And Bhagavan Shiva appeared to both of them and gave them a choice. Either you will have a son who is very intelligent but who will live only 60 years. Or you will have a son who is dumb but who will live for a long time. And what did the parents choose? A son who is bright but who lives for a short while. In Markandeya's case, by Bhagavan's grace, he became immortal. But in Shankaracharya's case, at 32 he dropped his body. But what a life you see. 32 years of such a glorious life. Centuries afterwards, we are still reading the Shankar Bhashya. That is called life. 8 years he renounced the world. 6 years he had mastered the chanting of the Vedas. 8 years renounced the world. Went to his teacher. By 12 years started writing commentaries. By 16 years finished writing commentaries. Went around the country, they say 4 times. In 16 years time. From 16 to 32. He was supposed to die at 60. Bhagavan Vedavyasa comes and has a discussion with him on Brahma Sutra Bhashya that he wrote. Vedavyasji said, on my Brahma Sutra, who has written this commentary? I want to have a discussion. So they both have a discussion. And Vedavyasji is thrilled. And he says, you must go and spread this knowledge. I'll extend your life by 16 years. So he lived 32 years. Life is to be short, but it's to be brilliant. It's what he's saying here. Ati engage with a Korameta. Why simply engage in long life? It is spent in the pursuit of the perishable. Let it be short or whatever lifespan it is, but seek that which is imperishable. Shuklena karmana, it is said, jive. Even if it is kshanam jive, even if you live for a few moments, but do shukla karma. Shukla karma means do righteous action which will lead to that which is sukti. Compared to long life spent behind the perishable. What is the problem in that? What I am running after will anyway remain here. I will only increase my vasanas. And I will just go loaded more with vasanas. So here he says, Ati nirve jivite korameta. Now, three things he said. One is he rejected pleasure. Second one he rejected power and wealth. Third one he says, I don't want to lose this opportunity. Now I am in your presence. So this valli concludes now, where he says, Ato vihaya anityav kamaihi kalobhanam yalmaya prarthitam. He says, having renounced all the pleasures which are temporary, which are tempting but they are temporary. Kalobhanam is temptation. They are tempting temporary pleasures. So I don't want that. So what is that which I want? Now you see, 29th one. Yasminidam vichikitsanti mrityo yatsamparaye mahati bruhinastat yoyambaro gudha manu pravishtaha nanyam tasman nachiketa vrinite. He says, Yasmin idam vichikitsanti mrityo. Yasmin preta idam, meaning when we depart from here, idam vichikitsanam. Vichikitsanti asti na asti iti evam prakaram. Vichikitsanti means people ask, inquire. Yasmin idam meaning when we depart from here, what is that state? So as we have seen earlier, it is the boon that Nachiketa asked, the third boon. Not about whether life exists after death, but what is the nature of that truth, which some people call as existing, when we transcend the BMI, and some people say it is not existing. There is nothing like that. When you transcend the BMI, it is a blank. So he says, I want to know that only. Yasmin preta idam vichikitsanam vichikitsanti asti na asti evam prakaram he mrityo, O death, samparaye paraloka vishaye. Samparaye means the beyond. Meaning when we go beyond this BMI identification, in the state of contemplation, that mahati mahat prayojana nimitte atmano nirnaya vijnanam. So he clarifies, Atmano Nirnaya Vijnanam. I don't want to know about whether life exists or not after death, because that's why I am anyway standing in front of you now. So I know that there is one Yamaraj, there is one, Yamlok, and there is a life after that. What I want to know, Atma Vishaye Nirnaya Jnana. Nirnaya Vijnanam. Atma Vishaye. Atmano Nirnaya Vijnanam. You say, determine what is the nature of this Atma. And I don't want just knowledge of that. I want the experiential. I want to experience that self. Actually, all of us are experiencing that even now. It is not possible not to experience the Atma. Only thing is we don't know this is the Atma. And we have mixed it up, that's all. It is like eating the chocolate with the wrapper versus removing the wrapper and eating the chocolate. Today we are eating the chocolate with the wrapper. Atma only we are experiencing every moment through the body, mind, intellect. BMI is the wrapper. We tell children, no, what is happening? Children don't know. They are just, you give them something you put in the mouth. Then you teach them, remove the wrapper, baby, take it out, then you eat. All that the Guru is doing, spiritual teacher is doing that much only. Baby, remove the wrapper, get out of body identification, experience Atma which is supreme bliss. Full spiritual life is that much only. So he says here, I want to know that Atma Vijnana, experience of that. Every moment of what we are seeing, hearing, tasting, smelling, touching is all because of Atma only. How can the body by itself see? Mind itself cannot feel, mind, intellect itself cannot think. So if somebody says, I don't have experience of Atma, that is a myth. How can I not have the experience of Atma? Atma is all pervasive, present at all times, and that alone is expressive. It's like saying, I can see the light, but I don't think there is electricity. Electricity only is manifesting as light. No, that is light. Electricity is, I don't know what is electricity. Every thought that rises, every feeling that rises, every perception that is happening because of Atma only. Only thing is, I am stuck with the thought, feeling, perception. I am not seeing the Atma. I am stuck with the light, I am stuck with the tube light and the shape. I am not seeing the electricity. So he says, give me that experience. Which means, I must learn to detach. So he says, Yattat Bruhi Kathaya Naha Asmabhyam. So please tell us how to experience that. Kim Bahuna Yoyam Prakrita Atma Vishayo Varo Gudham. What else do I want? Why are you giving me so many other things? Kim Bahuna Yoyam Prakrita Atma Vishayo. What I want is this simplest. Give me this Atma Jnana. What is this Atma? Gudham. Gahanam Durvivechanam Prapto. It is subtle. Gudha means subtle. One meaning of Gudha is subtle. It is not available for perception. You cannot, Gurudev used to say, no, God is not some object that you can put in a test tube and pass on to see God now. It is not an object of perception. Not something that can be felt. It's not an experience that comes and goes. Not an intellectual thought or an ideology. So it cannot be experienced with the senses, with the body, with the mind, with the intellect. Then what to do? That's why it is a Gudha. And Durvivechana. To describe that also is very difficult. Because something which has name, form, qualities, that can be described. Here you cannot describe it. What you can do is only negate what it is not. So we can say it does not have a name, it does not have a form, it does not have a quality, it is unborn, unchanging, undying, undecaying. What remains after you do all this? That is called the Atma. So in Durvivechana, very difficult to even describe. Because it's not an object, it is not something which is. And where is it to be found? Anupravishta. He is inside. So Nachiketa's Vivek is, it is not outside. Already he has done that. He knows it is inside. It is subtle. It is my own nature. You see, the intelligence of the student, all this is already determined and he has gone there. Gudham, he knows it is subtle. Anupravishta, it is inside. It is my own self, that also he knows. And it is permanent, that also he knows. Then what does he want? What is the nature of that? He needs to know that. That there is a self in me that I know. This is where the teacher is required. Teacher is not required to tell us about what is existing outside. Nor is the teacher required to tell us that there is a self inside us. For an Uttamadhikari, for an Adhamadhikari, so the teacher has to tell, Arey, you are bound. First of all, that fellow doesn't know that I am bound. But for the Uttamadhikari, the teacher is not required to tell that there is a self. The teacher is required to only tell that the nature of the self is Satchidanand. And that is you. To indicate the mind towards that. Tattvamasi when it is said. That's what it means. So he says, I just want to know that. Because Gudham I know, Anupravishta I know, that it is my own Atma, that also I know. You just give me the Atma, Nirnaya, Vijnana. That when we transcend, what is the nature of that Atma? That you just tell me. Anupravishta also has another meaning. Pravishta means to enter. So Anupravishta, meaning which has entered very well, deeply. So entered means so that which is experienced in the heart, which is in the cave of the heart. That Atma, which is experienced by us as pure I in the cave of our heart. And the cave, is sometimes the cave is very long and deep inside. So in the same way, the heart here, as though the Atma is residing somewhere inside that. It's an analogy to say that Buddhi Guha is what the Upanishad will speak about. It is in the cave of the intellect, meaning a subtle, sharp intellect is required and a pure mind is required. In that depth of the personality, Atma will be experienced. That's what it means. Anupravishta. And Anupravishta also means identified. It is that which is identified with everything. Anu means continuous. Continuously in our heart there is one I that is experienced. That is Anupravishta. If you remember Taittiriya Upanishad, the same word was there in that. Where it was said, Tat Srishtva Tadevanu Pravishat Tad Anupravishya Satchat Yacha Bhavat Niruktam Cha Niruktam Cha Nilayanam Cha Anilayanam Cha. All that was said. That Bhagwan, having created this world, entered it. Other entering is not like how we enter from outside into one room. That entering is identification. So this, he says, Gudham Anupravishta. He is inside, identified. In our heart it is as I. But today we are not experiencing that purely. We are experiencing that with the body, mind, intellect identification. So he says that which is subtlest, free from all identification. When we transcend that identification, tell me the nature of that. So he says, this is what I want. Yoyam vara gudham anupravishta. This is the boon that I want. Tasmat varad anyam avivekibhihi prathaniyam anityam vishayam varam. Apart from this boon, only an indiscriminate person will ask about these temporary things. Avivekibhihi prathaniyam anityam vishayam varam. The last line, Nanyam tasmat Nachiketa vrinite, is the line of Shruti, means the Veda. Shruti Mata is saying, hence Nachiketa does not want the temporary, he wants only the permanent. So he says, Nachiketa na vrinite manasa api iti shruter vachanam iti. This is the statement of the Shruti, that Nachiketa does not demand anything which is temporary. Nachiketa wants only that which is permanent. So this first chapter is actually for the Adhikari Laksham, to tell us that what should be the qualification of a student of Vedanta. The whole life of Nachiketa is meant for that. Through this story, the Uttam Adhikari Laksham is pointed out. Akhandanandi Maharaj says one thing very nicely. This Upanishad is called Kathopanishad. One is, it is because the Rishi, Kathaka Rishi, to him the knowledge was revealed and then he gave it out. Other meaning he says is between Ka and Tha, including Ka and Tha. How many alphabets are there? That much you should know.
So all the whole Varna,
The whole Varnamala out. How 10? Including Ka and Tha. How many? How 11? Including Ka and Tha, how 11?
Ka, Kha, Ga, Anga, Cha, Cha, Ja, Za, Yu, Ta, Pa,
12. So he says, this between Ka and Tha there are 12 alphabets. And the heart chakra of ours has a lotus of 12 leaves. So he says the Kathopanishad is Hridaya Upanishad. Simple. Meaning, in the Hridaya only there is Atma. And to experience that Atma, what do I need? A heart like Nachiketa. If I have a heart like Nachiketa, I will experience Atma here and now in my own heart. So to display to us that this is the qualification required for an Uttam Adhikari. What are the qualifications in Vivek? In Vedanta we have Vivek, Vairagya, Mumukshutvam, Shakya Sampatti and Mumukshutvam. Vivek, we saw Nachiketa is doing so much of Vivek that this is temporary, that is permanent, I don't want temporary, I want permanent. That is Vivek. But that Vivek leads to Vairagya. If my Vivek does not lead to Vairagya, that is a barren Vivek. It is useless. It's just some intellectual information. And that Vairagya, when it comes, that firm conviction to drop the temporary completely, that is called abidance, that is the Tivra Vairagya. If I have not done Vivek properly, that much Vairagya will not come. And in the face of temptation, if my Vairagya becomes weak, that means my Vivek was also weak, Vairagya is also weak. That means I am not an Uttam Adhikari. I am still Madhyam Adhikari. So in the face of temptation, you see the Nachiketa. Absolutely there is no doubt in his mind that maybe I should try that. And with such clarity he just rejects it. This is the difference between adamance and determination. Nachiketa is not adamant. He is a determined person. In determination there is complete clarity. Why? In adamance there is ego. Nachiketa is not rejecting, saying, I have asked you this, you better give me this only. Why are you giving me something else? Then there will be adamance and ego. You know, when a child asks something, becomes adamant. No, I want this one. Nothing else but only this. That is adamance. Now why don't you take this? This is better than that. No, this only. Here is a determined person. He says, I want Brahma Vidya. Why I want Brahma Vidya? I will give you reasons. This is temporary. I don't want to lose the opportunity. This will destroy my senses. Tomorrow it will be there or not, I don't know. Anyway, death is going to happen. So many, 5, 7 reasons he gives. Hence, I don't want any of these. Give me only that which is my own true nature. So that is called determination. So that vairagya which is strong, that will lead to Shakya Sampatti. Control of the mind is there or not? His mind not for the moment got disturbed. And when he was taught, everything he learned properly. So much of control of the mind. No distraction, no temptation, nothing. Shama, that is called. Dhamma, sense control. Already we saw. 3 days and 3 nights he did not eat food only. Did not eat food, that is one thing. When he went to Yamlok, subtler pleasures are available. That also he did not. So Shama is there, Dhamma is there. Uparama, withdrawal also is there. For 3 days he was staying in that withdrawal state. Yamaraj is not there, so okay, I will wait. Titiksha is also there, fortitude, forbearance. He did not say, Yamaraj is not there, so I am going back home. You give me a call when Yamaraj comes. I shall report again. He waited, Titiksha. Let Yamaraj come. Shraddha is there in the Shastra, that what Shastra has said is true. And we should follow it uncompromisingly. And Samadha, absorption of the mind. In what he puts his mind will be absorbed in that. Once he heard everything, internalized, complete. And not only internalized it, he reproduced it also as it is. Yamaraj was stunned, he saying, what is this? So Shama, Dhamma, Uparama, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadha, all 6. And of course, Mumukshutvam is so strong because of this. The mind which does not have Shakya Sampatti will not have Mumukshutvam. So, it's very simple. If I want to cultivate strong Mumukshutvam, what should I do? Cultivate Shakya Sampatti. If I want Shakya Sampatti, what should I do? Get Vairagya. If I want Vairagya, what should I do? Get Vivek. How to get Vivek? Satsang. Even Satsang Vivek na ho. How to get Satsang? Do good karma. Punya karma will get Satsang. And use the Punya karma for Satsang. Punya karma can get wealth also, can get pleasure also. It is like having credit card. You can use credit card wherever you want. To serve people also or to use for enjoyment also. Like that. Punya is like that. I can use Punya to increase Sattva Guna and ask Bhagavan, please bless me with more satsang, bhakti, jnana, vairagya. Which is why in Puja Sankalp we ask that first. Those people, whoever wrote the Puja Sankalp, very intelligent person. Anything else you want to add, you add later. This much minimum guarantee we should ask from Bhagavan. Namo Pata Samastadantaksha Dwara Shri Parameshwara Prityartham Asmin Shubhadini Shubhamurte Jnana Bhakti Vairagya Siddhyartham. After that you put anything else you want. Ayu, Arogya, Aishwarya, Shema, Stairya, Virya, Vijaya, Abhaya. Keep adding whatever you want. Asmakam Sahakutumbanam, for me, for my family. That one you can ask, no problem. But Jnana Bhakti Vairagya first. So that's what one has to ask. Ask Bhagavan, with this punya, please give me satsang. Because then Vivek will come, Vairagya will come, Shakya Sampatti, Mumukshutvam, Guru, Upasakti, Shravan, Manan, Vidyasan, Savikalpa Samadhi, Nirvikalpa Samadhi, Sarat Samadhi. This much alone is the path. Just imagine how long it is. Such a long path. So this first chapter is for this Adhikari Lakshan, Uttam Adhikari Lakshan. There is a word Hiranya and there is another word Hiranyagarbha. The Hiranyagarbha is the total mind. The, all the subtle bodies put together is called Hiranyagarbha, which is the state of uh, totality. Like we have individual mind, like there is a total mind. Like in a computer language, they have a server, no? Individual computers are connected, and then there is a server which controls all the computers. So that Hiranyagarbha is called the total mind, which is what we call as Bhagavan.